Greetings, Mindcrafters, and welcome to another Minecraft discussion. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I have to tell you it's going to be 30 below tonight. Like, Northern Vermont is not for winter, so you got to have some pretty solid constitution, I'm just saying. So we heat with wood, which is actually going well today. It's sunny, and when we just got to keep the firewood pumping here, although it we rarely get sick because it's very firm air, I guess that's how you'd say, healthy. Keeps the nostrils wide open. Doesn't get you sick. Very difficult to get sick in a cold house. Okay, so today we're going to talk about, what were we talking about yesterday? Authenticity, which is like one of my favorite things to talk about in the world. I like to talk about a lot of things, so that's a statement. And so the benefits of being authentic, and there are more than I came up with. These are all just, these kind of just like rolled out of me or like erupted out of me. And because there's so many benefits to becoming authentic. And so the first one I have is when you step into a place of self-love, when you're stepping into self-love, you also step into self-like. So in addition to loving yourself more, you know, just feeling so incredibly great in your skin, you also like yourself more. You start to notice little things about yourself, like, wow, yeah, I am pretty funny. I'm not saying it in a braggy way, and you don't even have to tell anybody. But you just kind of notice things. Yeah, I am really thoughtful. I'm the kind of friend you'd like to have. And you kind of get this observer kind of duality going on. So self-love leads to self-like, which leads to lots of other good things. We talked about it, I think it was yesterday's. You're happier when you're feeling great in your skin. I mean great in your skin. When your authentic self returns to the driver's seat, you're happier. And happy people attract other people. Other happy people. Positivity attracts more positivity. So when people say, oh, misery loves company. No, misery loves miserable company. The whiners and complainers attract more whiners and complainers. The good vibes, which is like the third thing I have, develop a force field for that. And we can't even help it. It's just this automatic, we're living in the love, and we just don't have, the bar becomes very, very low for negativity. And we catch ourselves because it's kind of like once the authentic switch is turned on, it doesn't go off. It just doesn't. So we're not talking about listening to a good friend going through a hard time. That is obviously not the same. The authentic person is going to be all over that. Okay? We're talking about just the whining and complaining. It rained again. Oh my God, the clouds had a conspiracy against you. I mean, And you just don't have the tolerance for it anymore. And you just sort of, I'm not saying you're like rude and everything. You just kind of naturally back away. It's like a magnet repelling. Like you just, get away from it. And then the fourth one is just because you naturally become more honest. Like even if you're already honest, you just get more honest. And honesty on the inside really is great because to thine own self be true, right? Shakespeare. It sets us free, and we're also able to. I'm going to say that next, actually. Honesty on the inside also leads to honesty on the outside, and in a good way. Honesty with kindness. It doesn't mean, hey, your thighs are looking a little big in those new jeans. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about genuine honesty. Somebody asks, what do you think I should do with this project? Oh, well, maybe you might want to try this. And we get braver with the genuine honesty when we're honesty on the inside. This honesty thing leads us to be better able to acknowledge what's working in our lives and what isn't. And we're less apt to see these as, weaknesses or failures. Because why? Because we're in a place of self-love. And we're compassionate with ourselves. So it's just, maybe that relationship just isn't working for me anymore. He's toxic, she's toxic, or maybe we've just outgrown each other or whatever. Maybe this school isn't working for me anymore. Maybe this workplace isn't working for me anymore. Maybe the clutter in my house isn't working for me anymore. Maybe the house isn't working for you anymore. Whatever, maybe the current weight you are is bothering you, whatever it is. But we wrap around it with just this genuine, like putting a warm blanket, and wrapping up around a friend like a burrito and offering them a cup of hot cocoa. It's just easier. It's not threatening. Because we're looking through a lens of self-love. Then, when we're actively practicing non-judgment, big surprise, it gets easier to not judge other people. Okay, we had a little hiccup there because I had so many videos I forgot to delete when I already did them. So, whoop, have a hiccup once in a while. Okay, so when you're practicing, actively practicing, remember whatever we practice, we inevitably get good at, right? So we're practicing non-judgment, no big surprise, we get better at not judging. which benefits us because it's that compassionate wrap around like a burrito thing, and we sort of automatically judge others less. We just do. It doesn't mean we're looking for perfect. Bad word. Better off dropping the F-bomb than saying that word. We're setting the bar, do our best, and we're on the path to authenticity. Doesn't mean we make slip-ups. Remember, the authentic self is all about picking herself up or himself or their selves up. That's how it goes. And then so we're busy practicing non-judgment, feeling great in our skin. Our relationships automatically improve. Even if you're already in a good marriage and you have good friends and good work colleagues or coworkers or whatever, they can be better because it just opens up this very good channel of energy. I don't know how else to explain it. We're also going to worry less. Why? Because you trust yourself. You trust yourself more, and you also trust the divine connection, that divine intelligence. For me, it's God, but it can be the universe, higher power, source with a capital S, whatever. If you don't acknowledge that connection, none of this is going to happen. I'm just saying that's how it is. So when we trust ourselves, because we trust that everything's going to work out for the best. It just is. Even if it looks ugly and we're going through the mud now, in the end, when we look back, everything worked out. And I'm not saying it wasn't hard and this and that, but it does. There's growth in it. We're advancing spiritually, and things work out. And so we trust ourselves. So when we're trusting ourselves and trusting the universe or God, or whoever you call it, there's obviously not a lot of reason to worry. Especially it's about, if we're kind of realizing that control's an illusion anyway, because it is. And my good friend Bjarna's watching. He says that a lot. And then here's the thing: is then we're doing all these things and having all these benefits about feeling great in our skin, being in this place of self-love and self-like, and just all of it. We sort of inherently, and it's not like we're creating it, pulling it from out here. No, it's already in there. It's just we're ripping the blankets off, and it's like an archaeological dig, or picking all the mud and rocks off, because the authentic self is just waiting for you to invite her or him or them back into the driver's seat. So once your authentic self is back in the driver's seat, it's just this inherent charismatic energy that I can't even explain. Like you walk in the room and people just notice. Like they just notice. You just have a good energy that's also approachable. The opposite of threatening. You're just approachable. And your best personality traits just shine. So if you have a great sense of humor, now it's even better. And you're the funny person at the party, or the thoughtfulness thing, or patient, and you're a great listener, or whatever. It all just, once you're kind of unclouded, all those gifts just shine, and people are so attracted to you like magnets. I don't even mean just romantically. I mean just in general. Whether you speak publicly, whether you have a big friend circle, whether you're doing all kinds of humanitarian stuff, also with relationships, just all of it. So there's this inherent, very authentic charisma and confidence that just shine and ooze out of your pores. And we know for a fact that authentic confidence is the number one biggest attractor, romantically speaking, for men and women, women and women, men and men, or anybody in between. So, I mean, that's just like a bonus too, right? And all that improves too. The authentic self, if you have a great sex life, that's going to be a gazillion times better too. Just your whole life will improve. So there are so many benefits. Happier, more joyful, also more spontaneous. And that's because of this trust thing too. I guess I just made an 11. That was kind of set at 10, but there goes an 11. You're more spontaneous and fun because you can let your hair down or your hat down or whatever, because you're trusting yourself more. You're also trusting, again, in God or the universe, whatever, that it's all going to be okay. And you can just live life and grab life by the ass. Yes, okay. So glad you're all on the authentic journey. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from very sparkly northern Vermont. Have a mindful, very authentic day.